Hi, my name is Anna Sparages. I'm a junior at Penn State studying supply chain management with a minor in management information systems. Here at Penn State, I'm involved in the Sapphire Leadership Academic Program as well as Penn State's THON as special events captain this past year. And I was in charge of all the hair donation portions of the 100 Days Till THON event, THON weekend, and then also No Hair, Don't Care. And my co-captain and I also led a group of 26 students as our committee members. So this entire year has just been so memorable for me. But of course, Thon Weekend itself, getting to be on stage and lead an event in which we had over 20 donors cutting off more than a foot of their hair. And just to see all of our hard work culminate into something like that was just priceless. I think Thon just continuously tops my favorite memory every single year. I love supply chain because it's always changing. It's always going to be continuously improving, becoming more resilient. And what excites me most about supply chains is that in every single industry, you can go and look at any sort of consumer packaged goods company, for example, like a bag of chips, but you could also go over and look at rocket ships and airplanes. And there's just the possibilities are really endless, I think. And every single industry has a supply chain. So for me, it's exciting to see all those different aspects of the behind the scenes of a company. I think it's important that women are included in every conversation that's had. So regardless of position, I think it's important for me, even as a young professional in supply chain field, to sit in on conversations between all the upper management, leaders, executives, certain types of events and higher level meetings, because I think it shouldn't matter whether I'm a woman or if I'm a man. I think all of us should be invited to sit and listen. And something I would look for in a future employer as a woman that's getting into supply chain would just be support and not to be seen any differently, which in the past I have not felt that I've been seen any differently because I've been a woman in supply chain. But I do think, there are people that have felt that exclusion in the past. And so overall, keeping a diverse mindset and looking for truly the best candidate for every sort of problem that needs to be solved. I think I immediately will look to advance in positions and work to a higher role and executive leadership position. I do anticipate, of course, having a family, and I know that that is controversial and a lot of people will choose career and family at the same time, but I do want to fully focus on family. It's not something that scares me. I personally was raised by my mom staying home with my two brothers while my dad still continued to go to work. And so that's something that I would like to mimic. And it's something that I think is instilled in my core values. And it's weird that it's controversial to me because it's just how I've always seen it. And I can understand that certain careers may not allow women to stay home. And I do believe that it's something that needs to be considered by companies, not just maternal leave, but also paternal leave, and not just a short period of time, but a longer time, because of course, kids within their first year are exposed to so much. And I think that's where there's true connections made between, of course, a child and their parent. I utilize LinkedIn very heavily, and I'm connected to many women in all sorts of industries and all sorts of roles across the world. And so I use this in the past, just messaging for advice. It could be career advice, it could be other sort of developmental advice. Regardless, just being there for one another and always being willing to network can really help someone like me as a young professional in supply chain. Supply chain is accelerating, and I think it will continue to accelerate. Honestly, we've seen such spikes in demand in all sorts of industries as the pandemic continued and as it's slowing and fluctuating as we've all been seeing. We're just discovering new ways to move forward at a faster and more effective pace. I'm just glad that there are features like this where we can talk about supply chain and kind of show the passion we have for it. And there's so many resources that SMEAL has, of course, to kind of encourage that passion in others. And overall, I'm excited to be a woman in supply chain and I'm proud of it.